Another nice thing about Geloso is they used to publish this quarterly, I believe, quarterly magazine, or Bollettino as they call it, and they contain articles about almost any amp or receiver or whatever, or televisions they sold. Ways of hooking up the speakers. Schematics. There are additional schematics that I downloaded. I think they didn't come with the original article. Here's a nice gut shot, so you can compare your unit to this one to see how much has been changed. Well, we know the tubes are working because we have sound, but I checked out the tubes for microphonics. I was suspecting the first preamp tube to be microphonic, but it's not. It's the second one. So I will have to go hunting for a 12 SL7. Here's the 226A again with the 12 SL7s. I'm not going to change the tubes at this point, although I know that this one is microphonic. I did notice that there were a lot of problems with the first channel, which seemed to point that one of the two halves of this triode might be bad as well. So before anything else, we're gonna turn it upside down and measure the voltages. Also measure the voltages on the coupling caps and see if they are leaky, because that might be the reason for the very crackly plots. I'm mainly concerned about these caps. They look very beautiful and very original, and that's what's causing me to doubt them. Oh, looks better. Okay, I'm checking the coupling caps over here, the black ones. If we check on one side of the cap, we get 10 volts. 7 volts, and there should only be DC on the other side, of course. So these need to be changed, and they are leaky. They're terribly leaky. Cathode bypass caps. They might be okay. But these coupling caps are crap. Really. This one's good. Well, here it is on the tester. It drifted from 15 to 55 nanofarads. Today I learned something about how leaky coupling caps sound. With these two coupling caps replaced, which is they are for the first and second channels separately. And as you remember, the first channel was completely unusable because it was crackling like hell. It still is a bit scratchy, but those big pops and noises are gone, which is a good thing. Second channel is clean as well. Might also be the tube, the second 12SL7, which turned out to be a bit microphonic. Will replace these now and see if it improves matters a bit. With the coupling caps replaced, I'm still gonna replace the cathode bias capacitors. It's this one, and there's another one below here. They look very funky, but let's get rid of them, as well as the old resistors. Well, this capacitor has turned into a diode. It has diodified. Incredible but true. Never seen this before. Same for this one. The third cathode bypass cap done into a 1 ohm resistor. One thing that I've noticed is that these mustard caps are not original and they're not the correct value. They're like 47 nanos while the schematic has 100 nanos. These are the capacitors leading into the output tubes through the 22K resistors, these little ones here. There's also this big original capacitor. It's also a coupling cap, 100 nano. I'm going to replace this one and these two for starters. I fixed these, but they were like laying on the board and soldered on and not really in the eyelet board. So I wonder who uses these very expensive and nice mustard caps and then solders them in like an amateur. But still, they gotta go. Okay, the new caps are in. This big one, I think these two 100 nano caps originally were this type. That's the 100 nano cap that Geloso put in. If they replaced these two, I can't understand why they left that one in, except if they didn't have another capacitor on hand, which showed in the value. So I'm gonna replace that one as well, the blue one. Well, it's 218 nanofarads instead of 100. Now I replace this with the cheaper but okay 250 volts. Can stand it, but it's a cheaper capacitor because I might have to remove it if I work on when I get to work on the tone circuit. But replacing this capacitor leading into the tone circuit, all the swooshing in the tone knobs is gone. So that was just leaking DC. Where the fuck are we now? In the middle of nowhere. It's the land of Ambiorix, the Belgian warlord, and this is the reason why Caesar didn't really walk over Ambiorix. You get completely lost here in these dark forests of Limburg. My God. Yeah, well, the new score is a very crusty specimen of the Geloso brand. It's a G226. The guy I bought it from told me that it had been living in his grandfather's barn for considerable time, but I don't know. It's not really a barn if it doesn't have a roof now, is it? It's very corroded. Hopefully we can get the bottom lid off. If not, we could at least look at the tubes. Well. Whoa. The only reason I'm desperate to open this amp is because these are what I believe to be 12SL7 tubes, which I might need for the other amp. This is completely stuck as well, or what? Oh, fucking disgusting. Yeah. I've been able to remove one of the tube caps and cleaned off the tube chart here. It's really 12SL7 in first and second position. Let's see what we got. Here's the other one. It says Trono. Here's a 6L6, I believe it is. Yeah, 6L6. 6L6G primer, made in England, which makes it a Molar tube. Nice Coke bottle. The other tubes are 807s with plate caps. There's another I think 5Y3, and then still something else. Okay, I put in a another 12 SL7 tube, because the second position tube was microphonic. Let's see whether this is better. It's also microphonic. Damn. Last chance. Another 12 SL7. Let's see. It might also be that the tube base is the cause of the microphonics in some way, because it's somewhat damaged. Now, damn. Now the ultimate test is to swap these two. This is supposed to be a good one. Let's swap. Okay, these are swapped now. It's the tube base. I need to replace the socket in some way. I'll check what has been damaged, because yeah. We can say that it sounds okay. Still some crackling in the first part. I noticed that the bias of the amp is very high. The tone control isn't too bad, but I noticed that this 7K5 resistor here is completely open, so it should be replaced. One of the reasons I tested these resistors is the strange voltages here on the phase inverter tube. We're seeing 4 or 340 volts here at this point, and going through a 22K, this gives us 117 on the plate of this side of the tube. Going through 100K, we get 266. Something is amiss here. Something is wrong. Either the tube is bad or the resistors are not okay. So, but I'll have to go hunting for a resistor. Here it is, 20 watt, 2K. Also have a 7K5, same 20 watt. It looks very vintage, but we'll have to do it. But like anything I need from Conrad, it's not available yet. Still waiting. Here's what we're doing today. I've removed the complete tone circuit and prepared to wire in the basement 3-knob tone circuit with some slight changes, but I was able to reuse the 1 meg pod that was for the phono volume for the bass control here. And then I added an extra 25K pot for the mid control. I'm gonna clean up some stuff on the board here. I predicted that I was gonna remove this capacitor again. I will do that and put in the 250 pico or 330 pico and replace this 100K plate resistor. All of these gray ones, old style resistors, I think they may be prone to noise. They're very old, so we'll replace them with modern resistors.